For the win! Yes! Yes! Oh! Unbelievable!
Welcome back, everybody. This is Sharpsiders. I'm Jay Daniels. I got Eddie Wayne again. Today, we are going to talk to you about some betting tips. We're going to talk about two tips. First one's going to be betting a team in a series when they're up 3-0. All right, that's one of the tips we're going to talk about. Another one is we're going to use series betting to get plus money on both sides. There's a little technique that you can use to do that. We're going to talk to you about that. So Eddie, why don't you talk to us about this plus money thing you got going on here?
Taking advantage of the series bets is something that I like to do a lot. A lot of the times the series start out 1-1. Teams start feeling each other out before the one team starts really pulling away, or they just keep bouncing back and forth a lot. Once you get to the playoffs in either NHL or NBA, the teams are pretty even. So one that kind of stood out for me was the Clippers versus Spurs series bet. So that one, the Spurs are actually favored to win that series. I think I looked earlier today and it was about minus 175 is what it's up to now for the Spurs to beat the Clippers. However, in tonight's game, we're taping these on Sunday night. The Clippers are favored to beat the Spurs. I think they're about a 1.5 point favorite. Let's say you wanted to take advantage of betting the Clippers, and you really like the Clippers in this series, or you like the Clippers tonight. Bet them at plus 155 to win the series. So then they win tonight's game against the Spurs. They win game one, and all of a sudden that series price is switched. San Antonio is probably going to go to the underdog in the series, whereas the Clippers are going to go to the favorite. So you might be able to get tonight the Clippers at plus 155, and tomorrow you might be able to get the Spurs at plus 130. That's something that I like to take advantage of. And you can also just kind of do that throughout the series. If you think one team's going to win, you can place them in the series bet. I usually like to do it before the series starts, at least bet one team, and then let's say, for example, I did this in NHL. I took the Montreal Canadiens. They won game one, and then that boosted them up a little bit. And then before game two started, I had put a little bit on Ottawa, just so that I could get a little boost in the price for Ottawa.
A couple stats that I know you had looked up, we were looking into, is when teams get down 3-0. When a team goes on a winning streak and now all of a sudden they're 3-0 in the series. A team in NBA, no team has ever come back from being down 3-0. And in the NHL, it's only happened 3 times. And the spacing between these 3 times is about 30 years. It happened in 1942. It happened again in 75, and then most recent was 2010. Now, a betting system that a lot of people don't really want you to do because you really need an extensive bankroll is something known as the martingale system. Now, this is where you make a bet, and if you lose, your next bet would be double the first bet. Now, if you lose again, you double, and you keep doubling until you win. And what this does is, eventually you're going to win. If it's a coin toss, eventually you're going to win. And by doubling up every time, you're going to win 1 unit. So you'll win everything back that you lost plus 1 unit. If you're in a 3-0 series, what we like to do is, since it's never been done in NBA to come back from 3-0, and it's only been done 3 times in the NHL, what you might want to do is when a team is up 3-0 in the series, bet that team. Right? And if they lose, double your bet the next time. If they lose, double again. Because the odds are they're going to close out the series. So odds are you're going to win one of those games.
And it is a little easier to do in NHL or perhaps Major League Baseball. I don't bet baseball too much, so I haven't done it as much as I have in the NHL or the NBA. If you can get the NBA where you have 2 teams that are kind of close in the spread, you might be able to take advantage of it. But it's a little easier in the NHL just because you're betting money lines in the NHL. You're not going to be laying, with a team minus 900 or anything like that. Whereas, let's say Golden State goes up 3-0 on the Pelicans, and game 4 they're a minus 900 favorite. You're not going to make any money doing that. You're going to have to lay 45 to win $5, and then continue to build off that if they end up losing game 4. So I don't think that's a good way to go. However, if you do have those teams that are kind of close where you see, laying minus 150 here and there, those kind of teams, those are the ones you can kind of take advantage of. Not something that I recommend doing every day with your normal betting, However, in these circumstances where it has never happened in any series in the NBA playoffs, and it happens once every 30 years in the NHL, if you lose, you lost to a miracle, basically. So
right, NHL, where you said in the NBA you might have to lay minus 900. In the NHL, the most you're going to have to lay at most would be minus 300. A lot of teams, could have minus 250, minus 200. Because a lot of the teams, it's pretty even. It's not where one team is just going to be just dominate the other team.
Yeah, especially and especially in the playoffs, because the teams are so close in the playoffs. There's teams where you'll see like a 6 and a 3, where the 6 is favored in the series to beat the 3. So I think, especially in the playoffs, it's definitely something that you can take advantage of. So you're not going to be laying that anything more than minus 200 in an NHL playoff game.
So that's going to do it for us at Sharpsiders on this episode. Like I said, I'm Jay Daniels, Eddie Wayne.
Just wait till next week, folks.
Yes, wait till next week, because next week we're going to bring you Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Money Mayweather. We're going to break that down for you. Everybody's been waiting for it. May 2nd, I believe. Everybody's waiting for it. We're going to break
the ponies.
We're going to break it down. Yes, and the ponies, Kentucky Derby. We're going to break those down. So 2 of the big events coming up.
May 2nd is just around the corner, folks. It's going to be a big day in sports.
Yeah, April's flying by. NBA playoffs are kicking off, and now we're going to talk about the Kentucky Derby. We're going to talk about the biggest boxing event in history, could be. So that's going to be coming next week, so be sure to stay tuned for that and watch those videos. But like I said, that's going to do it for us here at Sharpsiders. If you want to follow us on Twitter, I'll post the links right down below. Also, if you want to purchase any of our picks, sharpsiders@yahoo.com. Again, I'll post it right down below me. We like to keep them cheap, $15, $25. Try to get we don't want you guys forking over a lot of cash for these picks. We understand you're trying to make some money too. So sharpsiders@yahoo.com. Our website is currently under construction, so it's going to be up as soon as possible. And then you can email us there. But like I said, that's going to conclude it here. And thanks for watching. Until next time, guys, happy betting.